Hello everyone and welcome back to A Bit Tactical, where today I'm going to be going over the Infiltrator Commsman and how to use him. Like with all my other videos, if you want the rules read, it's going to be at the end of the video at this timestamp. One day I will figure out how to do the actual YouTube thing of putting the timestamp in the video. But until then, let's get on with the actual guide. So the Commsman is a genuine support piece in that everything that he does, all his special abilities, do not cost any APL. You just have to keep your guy alive, which is why I think personally he is a backline unit. He's sort of like the Kazarkin Commsman. You don't move him. You keep him in the back line, maybe every once in a while, and you pop him out because you do have that 3 APL. You pop him out, shoot him, and then dash him back into safety, whatever the case may be. However, you keep him in the back line, you keep him safe so that you can keep getting potentially some command points, and you can keep switching your strategy ploys. The thing about using the Commsman effectively is kind of not even about him, really. It's more about the ploys that you switch to and when you switch to them, right? If you activate a ploy, you basically have access to all of them, right? So long as it's at the right proper time, right? The classic example for me is having, a Reaver or two. If in the strategic phase you put on lethal assaults, and your first 2 activations, you charge in your Reavers and you get the full benefit of lethal assault and all that, that's cool. But now your melee combat, right, basically is done. Sure, your opponent might charge you, but for your part of the plan of the battle, you are done with going into combat. As such, you should probably then switch over to deadly shots, right? Everybody else is going to be shooting. You're going to go ahead and do that, right? That's really what I mean when you have to say, hey, when am I going to switch over? How am I going to switch over, right? Plan ahead like that. Your Reavers go first, so get lethal assaults up. Now they're done, I'm going to go on to my shooting attacks. I'm going to switch over to deadly shots so I can get balance on all those shooting attacks. So let's actually break down some numbers just so I can lay it all out for you guys so you can see how good this is. So if you don't have your Commsman, by turning point 2, right, let's say you want to activate 3 ploys, right? You want guerrilla warfare, you want deadly shots, you want lethal assaults. No matter what happens, you will always be spending 3 CP, and you have to do it at the beginning of the strategy phase for turning point 2. But with your Commsman, you only need to activate 2 of those ploys, besides guerrilla warfare and lethal assaults. You can get an additional CP either from turning point 1 or turning point 2, which it's 2 coin flips, a 75% chance of getting it. And you have the strategic oversight necessary. Like, you could get a strategy ploy and then not use it throughout the match. But with the Commsman, you can decide when you're going to switch over to a ploy when you need it. Therefore, at the very least, you're spending 2 CP, right? Or 3 CP without the Commsman. But with the Commsman, at most you're spending 2 CP, and you might not even need that other ploy. But if you do get one additional CP from either turning point 1 or turning point 2, you only are spending, and you should view it as this way, you're only spending 1 CP for that turning point to get 3 ploys, right? And again, there are times where I don't use a ploy. With a lot of teams, I haven't used the ploy. However, with Commsman on the Phobos strike team, that's not really an issue anymore. The Phobos strike team are CP hungry, and the Commsman just helps you negate that CP hunger down to almost nothing. Alright guys, that's it for this video. How to use the Commsman and all that good stuff. Now it's on to the rules read. So, for you, I like the idea that my audience is split into 2, where the people who get to the rules read part, because this timestamp is not this part. They don't get to listen to this part, okay? They just get to listen to the other part. But I think that's kind of funny. Just, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment something. you know, all that good stuff. Now it's on to the people who can't read. The Infiltrator Commsman has normal Phobos strike team stats. A 3 APL, 7-inch move, saves on 3s, and 12 wounds. His weapon combination is the Marksman Bolt Carbine with Fists, both of which have 4 attacks hitting on 3s, 3-4, and the Marksman Bolt Carbine has a lethal 5+, which means that on 5s, it actually crits, as well as with 6s. He has 2 special abilities, one of which is Strategic Oversight. In the ready step of each strategy phase, when you gain CP, if this operative is in the kill zone and not within control range of an enemy operative, you can use this rule. If you do, roll 1d6 on a 4+, you gain 1 additional CP. Obviously, every single time that you are in the combat zone and you're not in combat, you're always going to do this. If you don't do this, there's no reason not to. Comms Array is your next special ability. Once per turning point during a friendly Phobos strike team operative's activation or counteraction, before or after it performs an action, if this operative is in the kill zone, you can change one strategy ploy you've used this turning point, and it doesn't cost you any CP to do so. Very simply, the example could be if you're using, lethal assaults, you're done with your Reaver, you're going on to your Incursor Marksman. Before he does the shooting attack, you can change it so that lethal assault is now deadly shots and he gets balanced on his weapon. Obviously, very, very good. Okay, guys, that's it for the rules read. You guys are the real people, okay? You're the real fans, not the guys that watched the first part of the video. Anyways, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.